Ag Bioscience, the #1 ag tech podcast globally, is now available on video. Hear from leaders and innovators across food, animal health, plant science, ag tech, and agriculture. Mondays at 6 a.m. on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. While you're there, subscribe and leave us a review. It's the Ag Bioscience Podcast with Agronovis Indiana. Get more information at agronovisindiana.com.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. I'm Alex Brown. The city of Fishers announced plans today for a $169 million expansion of Fishers District. As part of the project, Indianapolis-based JD Finish Line will relocate its corporate headquarters to the Link building and add 200 jobs to its current workforce of 400. Plans also call for a new $65 million fieldhouse and headquarters for the Indy Ignite volleyball team, as well as 167 apartments and 98 townhomes. 6 years ago, the future of Indiana Beach in Monticello was uncertain. The amusement park closed in February 2020, but was saved when it was acquired by Chicago businessman Gene Staples. Now, the park is preparing for its 100th anniversary celebration this month. Tom Crissy, with parent company IB Parks and Entertainment, said they have been working toward this milestone since the park reopened.
When we took it over, the prior corporation sold a few things, got rid of some games and some rides, and so there was this feeling of trying to get it back to that nostalgic feeling that all of our guests over the last century were used to.
The 100th anniversary weekend will kick off June 18th. For the next month, visitors to the Corydon Capitol State Historic Site can view the original 1816 Indiana Constitution at the place where it was written. The Indiana Archives and Records Administration has loaned the original document to the historic site through July 5th in recognition of the 210th anniversary of Indiana's first constitutional convention in Corydon, Indiana's original state capital. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
An Elkhart manufacturer is putting the finishing touches on a large-scale welding system that will be used to fabricate future rockets and spacecraft for NASA. Bond Technologies is building a machine called the Agilus, which will serve as the foundation for NASA's multi-purpose weld tool at the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Bond President John Bosker.
To be able to have a machine of this magnitude built by Bond to me is keeping the momentum, the heritage and tradition. I think that's really fun for us. As far as opportunities go, being able to claim that you're building equipment for NASA is always a nice bling for a company.
The system uses a process called friction stir welding, which joins metal parts by generating intense heat through friction rather than melting material together. The technique produces stronger, more reliable welds and is used to fabricate aerospace-grade components, including rocket bodies and fuel tanks. The Community Foundation of Southern Indiana recently awarded more than $805,000 in scholarships to students in Clark and Floyd counties this year. The foundation awarded 198 scholarships for the 2025-26 academic year, setting a record for the number of individual awards distributed by the organization. Awards went to graduating high school seniors, current college students, and students enrolled in trade programs throughout Southern Indiana. Artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and an ever-growing appetite for digital services are fueling a wave of data center development across the country, and Indiana is emerging as a key player with billions of dollars in projects backed by some of the world's biggest tech companies. Paul Brenner, interim director of the Center for Research Computing at the University of Notre Dame, said Indiana's infrastructure is ideal for these types of major projects.
This takes power infrastructure, right? This takes land. This takes great sort of support from communities and from your state and understanding. And our infrastructure is good, and our state is open to having these discussions and trying to find the right fits to our community.
In total, there are about 90 data centers in operation, under construction, or planned statewide. Sweetwater Sound founder Chuck Sirac is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.